Hey everybody, Raymond here with the Evercrafter, and welcome to Friday's Fabulous Bakers. Today we are celebrating Andrea's birthday with Crafty Mama Bear, or as I call her, Sweetums. So happy birthday, Sweetums. Shelby and the ladies of Friday's Fabulous Bakers, thank you for again having me this week. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to pull myself up over here so I can see myself. I am on just a few minutes early, so see y'all in just a second. Also, you may hear a strange humming during the live. I've closed my air vent and it's making a weird humming sound, so if you hear it, I do apologize. Say hello as you come in. Come on. Hola, Liza. How are you? All right. Share myself out. Hey, Paula. There we go. Hello, my sister. How are you? There we go. Okay. How's everyone's Friday? We have a fun project today. Hey 3A, hey Sandy. We're being very ambitious with today's project, so I did quite a bit of prep. So glad to hear that you're fabulous today. I mean, you're fabulous every day. But glad that you're having a fabulous day today. Y'all see my shirt? My little macaron shirt? Macaron, whatever. Came from Target. The back has a stack on it. It's really cute. My Georgia girl Janine needs one of these. I need to message her about it and tell her to go get one. Hey Tina. Hey my Wendy darling. I decided that's going to be your name now, Wendy darling. Right? It's a great shirt. Like I saw it at Target and I was like, oh, I want it. I saw it and went straight to it. Thank you for sprinkling. I saw it from across the way, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have that shirt. And I ran over there to it, and all they had left was like 3X's. But that's the only thing I saw on the rack was 3X, and I was like, well, I cannot wear that. So I went online. I could not find it on their website. Went to the other Target. They didn't have it. Hey Lydia. And like a week later, I went back to my Target, and they had smalls, extra large, and 3X's. I was like, I guess I'm just missing it. Didn't think nothing else about it. Like 3 weeks went by, and I walked through the department, and there they are hanging, and they had all the sizes. I was like, yeah, it was meant to be. I have a 3-time rule most of the time anyways. If I go somewhere 3 times, and the item I want is there all 3 times, I'll buy it on the 3rd time. Typically, unless it's like something I know I'm not going to see again. But most of the time, I'll wait till I see it 3 times before I buy it. Hey, Tisha. Hey, my bestie. How are you? You'll like today's project. It is another dupe. I love a good dupe, y'all. And today's dupe, of course, we're doing it birthday theme, but you can do it for anything. So, thanks for the prayers. Hey, Denise. How are you? Thank you for sprinkling. If y'all don't mind, just hit that little button over there and flock me out to some people. Let's get me flocked out there. Hey, Priscilla. Right? A good dupe is a great thing to know. And I've changed it up enough. You're still going to know exactly what it is when you start to see it. But I've changed it enough that it's my style. Yes, it does. And I did go back last night and went through and tried to thank people. Thank you. And bestie, my bestie. I'm going to use a term that I use with Corey all the time called be best. I tell him that when he is slow to do something, instead of do better, I say be best. So bestie, check your inbox. Be best. I love you. Right. Thank you, Tisha. All right, well, today, in honor of my sweetum's birthday, that's Andrea with this crafty mama bear, we are making a birthday cake. But not your typical birthday cake. So, like I said, I did prep ahead of time. It is technically just a 2-layer cake, but it's kind of a 3-layer cake with some bonus features. Hey, Peggy. So, I'm going to show you the cake stand first. Okay? I'm going to show you the cake stand first. The cake stand is all styrofoam, dowel rods, and cardboard. So, here is the cake stand. Y'all ready? The cake stand is adorable. So here's the cake stand. Hey, my sister. So, styrofoam, clay, dowel rods, cardboard, and styrofoam. Like, I didn't cover the underside so I could show you. So it's a cardboard hat box top with styrofoam, okay? Now, I will say, if I did this again, I would definitely use wood instead of styrofoam for the bottom. But I was overworking with wood this week. It's annoyed me this week. So, this is going... Hey, Robin! So, this is the cake stand. Hey, Angie! Yeah, so this cake stand, we're going to add some extra little embellishments and stuff to it. Nice. Hey, Renee! So, I will say, next time if I ever do this again, I will definitely use a wood piece here. A thicker wood piece instead of styrofoam. Thank you, Susan. Hey, Barbara. And again, the shoes are just clay that I rolled into an oversized teardrop and poked a hole in for the dowel rod to go through. The stockings are just clay over dowel rods. And I did add some little frilly socks here. They didn't turn out perfect, but they work. And then this is, I didn't have a splat cutter big enough to do this, so I just made a huge piece of clay, probably close to a 1/2 inch thick, so it would hold its shape really well. And I just took my X-Acto knife and waved it. That's why it's not even all the way around, which is fine because it works for the project. Hey, friend. So, I'm going to give you a rough idea of what we're doing. Okay? I'm not going into too much detail until I start putting it all together. But, so there's your cake stand. This will be the second layer of the cake. Yes, it has pieces coming out the side. That'll make sense in a little bit. Okay? Anybody caught on to where this is going yet? So, Albert, hey Albert, I wanted to do a macaron, but I didn't have any more of my shapes. So here's the next layer of the cake. Let me see. I had a front and a back. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of the same, so. There's the next layer of the cake. Awesome. All right. One more piece. So she is kind of leaning a little. She was not doing that earlier today. So this is going to be our cake. I think it's going to be adorable. So let's deconstruct her, and then we'll get started on this layer of cake here. The white clay is still a little wet. That's why it's wanting to stick. I went ahead and did my stripes and things ahead of time, so that, like, my clay definitely had major cracking on the top because I literally just piled it on the top because I knew I was going to cover it anyways. Hey, Holly. Thank you, Wendy. Hey, Shelby. All right, so let's start with this layer of cake. Does anyone want to take a guess about what this layer of cake is going to be? Thank you, Sharon. Yep. Anybody want to take a guess about what this layer of cake will be? And I know a few people know exactly what it is. Yes, so Tisha, this is going to be arms. And actually her face and everything is going to go on the same layer. So it's going to have a face here. Thank you, Teresa, my friend. So this is going to be arms, and this is going to be her face. Okay? And we're going to start, before we put anything on here, I'm going to set it to the side. We're going to make some hands to go on the arms. Because I want to put the hands on. I want to put the hands on before I do the striping of the arms. That way I can overlap the ends. So what I'm going to use is a heart cutter. Her arms are going to be pink and white. So her hands are going to be mint. And this is Debbie's Bright Ideas Cool Mint, which Sam also used today. Thank you for sprinkling. Take that off. So we're going to make her some hands real quick. And you do want the hands to be a little on the thicker side. Like this should be enough clay, I believe. And the reason I'm doing her hands in mint, like I said, the arms are going to be pink and white stripe. That cake portion is blue. The top layer is pink and white. But the base of the whole project is mint. So that's why I want to do the gloves in the mint also, her hands. I guess you could call them gloves. She may have little tiny hands underneath her gloves. And like I said, the entire thing is getting a top over each layer. That's why I'm not worried about any cracking and things like that on the top of each layer. So like I said, I'm rolling it. It's roughly ½ inch thick. You're going to take your heart cutter. Cut out a heart. All right. My heart cutter's a little woppy, like one side's a little off. So you have a heart. What I want you to do to make these hands, the hands are going to be very similar to this shape. You're going to cut your heart in half. So you end up with two of these. All right. There. So what I want you to do is all right. So you're going to come down roughly half an inch down on the flat side. I'll use scissors to show you. You're going to come down. I might have to do it from the other angle. Like this. Go to about half an inch and just make a cut. That's also about half an inch. Stretch it apart and roll that back into that shape, right? Now this little point right here, just kind of flatten it out to look more like a thumb. Okay? Now, because this is going on a dowel rod, you're going to need to put a hole right here. So I'm just going to use one of my tools and poke straight in the point. It is going to make it look more like this on the end. Okay? I want her thumbs up when I put the hands on. So that hole that I just made, I'm just pushing it down onto the dowel. Bye. You leaving?
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.
So like that. Corey says hello. He's going to work. He has to go into the office today. Now I'm kind of bending the hand towards the front. Like that. Okay? Now let me go ahead and do the other one real quick. Doing the same thing we did before. So we have that same shape. Take the same tool. Right, he comes and goes real fast. We're going to put her on again, just like before. Just work it down on there. Put your clay back, you know, to make it look like it's attached. And bend your hand forward. You could leave her hands completely open if you wanted to. For what I'm doing, I wanted them bent. Okay? That one looks a little droopy, so I'm going to push it up a little bit. Okay. Just like that. So now we have our arms. Hey, Maritza! Sit her back to the side. Put my green clay back up. We will be using some more of this green clay, but just not yet. Alright. We'll grab a little pink. Actually, I have some already out in a little thing here. Hey, Marianne. How are you? So, we're going to take a little pink out. And a little white out. So now I'm going to show you how to make the stripes on the arms. Some of y'all have been with me since last year. So y'all have seen me do this multiple times with black and white typically, but this time we're doing pink and white. Hey Carly, wait till you see what we're making. Happy birthday, sweetums. How are you? Hope you're having an incredible day. I know that y'all already had nuggets today, so that already makes it a good day. So right now I'm just taking little pieces of the clay and making little tiny worms. Making it in a ball, then making a little baby worm. We'll probably only need 5 small ones like this. More than likely. Nikki B! What it do, Nikki B? I'm thinking that's going to be good, but I'm going to add an extra one just to be safe. We are making a 3-tier birthday cake today for our girl Sweetums for her birthday. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? All right, so once you've made, I know this doesn't look like it's going to be anything worth anything right now. Once you've made all your little shapes and you put them together, okay? So you've got these little bars. Kind of looks like, kind of reminds me of a choker from like the 90s. Okay? What I want you to do now, I like to use this, my cutter piece. I'm going to put it straight down over it and push straight down. Okay? What that does is it now pushes them all, kind of molds them together. Then I'm going to take my rolling tool and give it a light roll back from top to bottom. Okay? Flip it. Now go from end to end. You don't want to press hard. You don't want to distort those shapes too much, your stripes. So you end up like this. Like I said, your stripes do not have to be perfect stripes, you know? You wore a dress, Sweetums? I have to go back and watch your live from this morning. Alright, so it's about the right size. So I'm going to cut this to make it a little bit straighter on each end. And I want the white side to be next to my cake. It does not have to be. That's just my personal preference. You can do it however you want to. I'm going to have to go back and see. I actually slept in this morning because Corey forgot I had to get up. He normally wakes me up. I'm actually going to take this one piece and cut it straight down the middle. And make it into 2. Because now I can do both arms with one piece, more than likely. And I'm just laying it on my dowel. And pushing it across. So actually, it's a little bit too long. So I'm going to take off one of the white pieces. So now it's pink to pink. And you just roll it around your arm and connect it in the back. Just make sure you actually do connect them to each other. So that when it dries, it stays together. Okay? You can even mush it together a little bit with your hand that you put on. So now we have one of our arms covered. You want to make sure that your pink is, like the color next to the cake is touching the cake. Although you're going to cover that, you still want to make sure it's close to it though. No problem, Shelby. All right, so we know we're not going to need this piece. Let me go ahead and put this extra clay back in the bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off this little piece of white right here because we know we don't need that, since we're going pink to pink. Cut off a little bit of that pink. And y'all, I promise that I measured these arms and they are the same length. So I don't know why each side isn't measuring the same. That'll work. And not that this matters to anything that we're talking about right now, but I hate when Corey has to go into the office on Friday. Because I'm like, I'm home, you need to be home. But they're getting ready for an event, so I understand. All right, so now both arms are covered. I'm just going to take this little piece I had laying right here. Sandwiches actually sounds really good. Corey cooked breakfast this morning, but I didn't eat it. I don't like breakfast in the morning when I first wake up. All right, yep. All right, Denise, have a good day. Be careful on the road. So I just made me a little ball out of that little piece that I had laying there. All right, so now we got our arms done. Once we get done, we're gonna go back in and add little ruffles around here also in the green. That's why it doesn't matter, but it does, that how close you get it there. All right, so next thing is needs a face. So we're going to start with the mouth. And what I'm going to do for the mouth, actually I'm going to pull some of this clay to do it. So I'm going to take, I want a very, very light pink. Lighter than this pink, this is Marie's Cotton Candy Pink with Great Creations Faux Cupcakes. And I'm going to add this to some white. Just a little bit of it. So I want it very pale pink. I'm making more than I need for sure, but it's okay. I'm looking at my inspiration photo. And remember, I don't ever show my inspiration photos, sketches, because my sketches typically have more than one project drawn on the same sheet. So let me compare this pink to that pink. That works. Okay. Hubby gonna make you some steak. Y'all, I haven't had steak, like an actual steak, in probably 2 years, but that sounds incredible. I think I want one. I think I deserve a steak because it's Sweetums' birthday. So I'm just rolling this out into a longer worm. That should be about the right size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this, just like I did before with this. Push a little bit more. I don't want it very thick. Like, Corey hates steak, so that's why we don't ever get it. Like, we don't ever cook them at home. That's all I meant to say. Alright. Where is my little knife? There it is. So I want a smile shape. So I'm going to try to freehand one. Actually, I'm going to try something. I'm going to take this, my big circle cutter, to give me my main shape. That way, all I have to do is round off the ends of it. That might just work. That might just work. So now I just need to round off these little ends right here. Like, strangely enough, like I said, Corey doesn't really like steak, but he loves steak quesadillas. But he doesn't like steak itself. It's a little strange now that I think about it. So now, look, that's going to be our smile shape. We pull this over. I'm hoping this sticks because I don't want to use glue. I'm just going to lay it on there to try to make sure it's straight. It's not. There. Really? Does he realize that's meat? One of our friends tried to do vegetarian, and after about a month, she was like, nope, can't do it. I need my meat. So there's our smile. I think it's on there pretty centered. If not, she'll just have a little bit of a crooked smile. That's crazy. Thank you, Carly. It's a dupe. We love a good dupe. Wait till you see the whole thing put together, Carly, and you'll be like, oh, yep. All right. Now let me put this to the side again. Oh, dang it. Okay, I didn't. I thought I just mixed the two pinks together. I love my meat. Ooh, that could have went bad. So the inside of the mouth needs a tongue hump, if that makes sense. And it's going to be out of red. And I forgot to get my small heart cutter, so I'm going to have to use my larger heart cutter to do it. Hey, Tina. Love you. How are you? All right, so let me see if I can get the tongue hump, as I'm calling it. Right, the absolute right moment. I'm going to put that right there. I don't want the tongue to be exactly centered. I want it off to the side a little bit. So that's going to be her tongue hump, if that makes sense to anyone. Put this red back up because I don't need any more red. Can't believe that's all the red I needed for now. Anyways, unless I decide to add some somewhere else. Alright, so now it needs some eyes. And a little tiny nose. So for the nose, because he's blue, I'm going to keep the nose blue also. But I think I might sure. So I use all that color blue I have. So let's give him, her, it, cake, let's give him a green nose. Why not? Yeah, a green nose. And it's just going to be a very small ball nose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a toothpick. So this, the cake form I use for this is actually just a cardboard box. But the clay is pretty thick, so I'm going to break off a small piece or cut off a small piece of the toothpick. Welcome back, Shelby. Let me see how deep the clay goes. That'll work. I just stuck it into the clay. Now I'm going to put a little bit of super glue on it and put it back in. Oh, you have a snotty nose? Or my ball has got a snotty nose? I think that's what you meant. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little tiny bit of super glue on the back of the styrofoam, of the nose. That's a cute little nose. Okay. Just a little tiny green nose. So now we need eyes. For the eyes, we can do regular circles, or we can do this like scallop circles, or we can do regular circle. I'm thinking what I might do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut black out of this one, the scallops, and then I'm going to do the white part for the middle in the regular round. That way it's got a little bit of a black outline around it. I think that'll be cute. I'll just have to flatten out the scallop one a little bit. And I don't want them to be very thick, because I don't want the cake to be as built up, if that makes sense. Yes, these have holes in the top, and you could, it makes your piece come out. Doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. Alright, now I'm going to take these 2 scallops and I'm going to press down just a little bit to make them just a little bit bigger. Not much, because I don't want a whole lot to show, just a little bit. And I think that's going to be perfect size. Yeah. Alright. Pull these up. I'm going to go ahead and place the black ones on. No problem, Tracy. How are you? Just remember, right now, this is just 2 big black dots, but it's not going to stay that way. They're just about the same. Okay. Now we need to make white circles. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Tracy. This is Marie with Great Creations Faux Cupcakes. This is her white. I think most of the clay I'm using today is Marie's. The blue was not Marie's, and the mint wasn't Marie's, but every other color is. The blue is actually was an Area 54 clay. And the mint, of course, is Debbie's with Debbie's Bright Ideas. I don't know why I got out that much white, y'all. Yeah, that's way too much white, and I need to make it smaller. I mean, thinner. That should work. Yep, that'll do. So other than celebrating our sweetheart's birthday today, anybody else have any big plans for today? Or for the weekend? I think I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby later. I think. And I want to go to Home Goods because I heard that some Home Goods started putting out Halloween. And I know that some Marshalls have, as well as Michael's. For those of you who love all the pink and the Pink-O-Ween stuff, Michael's is actually releasing a whole new line this year that is not pastels, but like pinks, oranges, mint greens. It's a really bright color Halloween line. It's kind of like got a 70s groovy vibe. It's pretty good. Sure, come on over. You can go with me. So, see, I didn't want a whole lot of the black to show, just a little bit. So I think we did good with that. We're just pressing them down now to make sure they're attached. Because, you know, sometimes if you don't make sure, it will separate. And then I hate having to fix it after it separates. So, the lavender, I haven't seen the lavender. I did see that they are releasing supposedly a it's called a midnight hour or something like that, and it's a it's gonna have classic like Dracula, Headless Horseman, like classic story characters, and it's like dark and moody, but not like gothic. It's more like your traditional dark colors. Come on, Tracy. So I'm really interested in that line this year. So the cake is blue. It needs eye color. So I think we're going to I think I'm going to take a little bit of white and make me a light blue. Did I bring any blue in here at all? Yeah. Actually, y'all, I thought I was completely out of that blue. I have this much left. So, I don't need much for the eyes, but I do need this piece for something that I messed up on the back of the cake, so that's good. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take these and make a small circle. Nice. So what I need to do is make 2 of these. 2 small balls. Hey, Marcella, my beautiful butterfly. All right, so I made these little tiny balls. And we're just going to flatten those out to make the colored part of our eyes. Just try to make them the same size. That looks good. We're going to put them directly in the middle of the eyes. Okay. Now, as much as I hate to do another layer on the eyes, because the eyes are getting thick, because I still didn't make them thin enough, we still have to put another black dot. Hey, Sandy. So again, we're just making 2 balls. You want them to be about the same size. Yep. We're going to flatten those down just like we did the blue. Make sure they're the same size. Very close to it. You're going to put those directly in the middle of the blue. We are going to the casino to watch fireworks for the 4th this year. So, Just wanted that blue around the edge of the eyes, like that. So now it needs a little glimmer in the eyes. So we're going to take a little tiny piece of the white. And we're going to make 2 little tiny glimmers, 1 for each eye. I here lately have liked doing multiple spots on the eyes. But I think on this one, I'm just going to keep it to the 1. Yeah. Okay. So the mouth still looks a little plain. Needs lips. But we're not going to do my traditional lips. We're just going to do the same color pink we did for the arms around the lips, like around the mouth, like just pretty much a line around it. Hey, Margarita. Set that back to the side. We're just going to make a really long worm. And Sweetums, you haven't seen the whole thing yet. You haven't seen the whole cake yet. Because you came in a little bit late. So wait till you see the whole thing. Because this is just part of it, of course. Wendy, did I miss something? Oh, she made a monster. Can't wait. We're going to have all of y'all on the monster train before it's all over with. I think everyone needs to make monsters. Did y'all see? She did it a few weeks back, but Robin with Hilltop Creations, she made a pretty great monster too. And it's got black and white on it, which is right up my alley. So, I don't own much bling because I've never been a blingy person. There she goes. Gilbreth Hilltop Creations. Robin, that's Robin. Well, Janine Collins, my Georgia girl. Look, you need this shirt. You need this shirt. Target, go buy one so we can be twins. Some of y'all may get that reference. We can be twinsies. Go buy a shirt. Target, men's department. It has a triple stack on the back. Well, get it together, Sweetums. Get it together. All right. So we're going to line the mouth. I'm going to start at the corner just because I know there's going to be a seam. The only thing I hate about making really long worms is that sometimes they try to pull apart if you don't do it quick enough, and I hate that so much. I'm hoping I made this long enough. I knew Jones. I knew that you would get it. I don't know why that's the word that came out of my mouth, but it is. Because I have never been qualified to be that. Well, maybe for a short period of time. So there, we line the mouth. So here we go. Here's our little monster. I mean, this is not a monster, y'all. Nice, I can't wait to see him. So this is adorable. I love this little cake's face. I love it. Okay. Right? Mine too. Mine too. And that time, y'all, literally, that's where we started and finished. I didn't have to cut any off or stretch it. I'm shocked. I don't know if I've ever done that before. But yes, I love this little cake, y'all. So, let's put him to the side. And those who just came in or are just now coming in, let me give you an update of the stack, like where we're at in the whole process, all right? So, let's start with the cake stand, okay? Here is our cake stand, okay? Again, styrofoam, foam clay, dowel rod, cardboard top with styrofoam, foam clay. Hey, Trina. All right. Cake stand. First layer of cake. Okay. Second layer of cake. We are, my friend, we are. Next layer of cake. I know I keep saying there's technically no front and back, but in my head there is, and it's bothering me that I can't remember which was which. I'm just going to go with that one. She is leaning. I'm not sure why she's leaning. It was level. All right. So there's where we're at so far. Are we liking it? Show me some hearts if you like it. Yeah, that works. We're giving her some character. Y'all, is she not adorable? I love her so much. All right, now we need to do the icing on the top of each layer. And then we can make her pretty. Prettier. All right. So, the cupcake candle is actually just a dowel also that I wrapped in clay and made the little flame on top. And there is going to be a cherry right here. Hey, Tracy, try going out and coming back in. But like completely close the app and then go back to my page and come in that way. That's been fixing it for me lately. All right, let's take that down. Let's put our cake stand back to the side. Put our cupcake back to the side. All right, now for the icing. So for the icing, we're just doing massive splats. The problem is I have two splats, okay? Two large splats. I have this one, which is from Down a Flagstone Path. It's not quite big enough to hang off of all the sides, which is okay. It could be okay. Now, downside is there are definitely going to be some areas that might go close to the eye or too close to the eye. Like this one here is definitely going to be too long. So that's number one. This is from See My 3D Prints, which doesn't cover the top either, but the splats are better as far as their where they're going to hang. So I don't really want any of the blue top to show. So I think what I'm going to do is a double layer of the topping. Like I'm going to do a thin layer and put on, right? Like I'm going to do a thin layer and then do a second layer and turn it a different direction. Maybe. I mean, I could also cut it thick and then roll it some with the roller, which is going to stretch it some. But it could also it could make the shape not correct, if that makes sense. It could alter the shape too much. Option number 2 or 3 is I can cut a white circle, cover the top, and then put the splat. Which I think might be the best option. No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. Like, if I cut a shape out, it's going to fit there, but then I'm going to have gaps over here. Like where I cut the wedge at. And I don't want to mess it up. Stressful. Let me set him to the side. Get some white. Can't believe she said I was ignoring her. Y'all know me better than that. That would not be what I would do. I would just tell you, no, friend, that don't work. You're on punishment. Go to the corner. This purple is from Catherine with Down a Flagstone Path. Oh, you're telling me to ignore you. Okay, then you're not on punishment then. I'm sorry. I apologize. No problem, Marcella. You like how I just used my arms to press down my cookie cutter? I don't know why I did that, but it looked like I knew what I was doing. Alright, I think I'm going to go this route. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to push that down. All the way around. Y'all see there's a crack in the back? That's why I needed that blue to fix. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and roll it over the edges. Actually, I'm just going to do my whole hand. And see, for my next layer of the cake, I won't have this problem. I think I say it different almost every time I say it. I know when I first met you, I said it like perfect the first time, and then like for 3 times after that, I was like, I don't know. Check the back. Yep. So what I've done is I've just kind of make it look like it bubbled over the edge, which I think when I put the other on, it'll look like it's made to be that way. That looked weird on camera. Yeah. So I just kind of rolled it over the edges some. So I think when I do the big splat, it'll look like it's intentional, is the hopes. If not, we just throw some glitter on it. Because we all know that I am not a glitter person, but I do plan on using Lauren from Our Unique Touches. I don't have her white right here, it's over there. I'm planning on using her chunky iridescent glitter on the white. Alright, let me get some more white. Don't worry, I have a whole nother bag there, and I just got in another shipment, so. I was stressing that I was not going to have enough white, and I was like, duh, whole nother bag over there, and you just got to order in this week. It does. Glitter helps. I'm just not a huge fan of it because it makes such a mess. But since I got this great little vacuum cleaner, Corey got me, it's a Brookstone. He got it at Marshall's. And it works great. I'm not as opposed to glitter as I once was. I've heard that it's supposed to be a really good movie. Alright, let's see if I made that big enough. And I did. I know, my Wendy darling. I know. I'm trying. I'm doing much better than I was at this time last year. I mean, well, this time last year I wasn't even going live. So, speaking of the fact that I wasn't going live at this time last year, in August, on the 17th, which is a Saturday, I am hosting an event, myself and 12 designers, called the Happily Ever Crafter Fairy Tale Extravaganza. It is in honor of, maybe, it is in honor of my 1-year anniversary of doing lives, and my birthday is August the 16th, so it's a combo thing. Cannot wait. I should start, the flyers are going to come out this week, but I'll start announcing who all is in it pretty soon too. So I'm going to be dropping hints of who they are, so. I did oil this cutter, not today. Oiled it yesterday. And it seems to still be working fine, so that's good. It got a little stuck on that one right there, but it's fine. Y'all know I love a long name. It makes it more rememberable to me, in my opinion. Now the only thing we have to worry about is that the next layer of the cake actually sits on here correctly. All right, I think it's good. Make sure these are stuck down so they stay. Okay. I knew you meant now. Have a good afternoon, M. Jones. I'm sure I'll chat with you later about something. Alright. So there's that splat. But I still think it needs more splat. I don't think that's enough splat. But for time preferences, because we only got 20 minutes left, I'm going to go on to the next layer. And I may come back and add more splat. I have an idea to make it work. To add more splat. Alright, this layer needs its top, which I am going to use this one for. I think. Actually, I'm going to go use this one again. I'm just going to make it have a whole lot of drip on that one. Hey Stephanie, no problem. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. We're making a birthday cake. I've got about 20 minutes left, so at this point I'm just going really fast to try to make it all, at least get the cake done so we can see it. Only as excited as you are to talk to me. No, me and Tina give each other a hard time about stuff. And it's not like mean, but we do tease each other quite a bit about having to talk to each other. And me aggravating her and her aggravating me. The big purple splat cutter is from Down a Flagstone Path. And my small cutter is from, my other splat cutter is from See My 3D Prints. Me and Tina go way back, so she understands my love for her. Y'all heard that bubble pop? If you don't do like I just did and rip it up that way, you can actually take this piece that you're cutting out of and cut the little doopies off of and use those for splats also. Like to fill in spots and stuff. I did that on the the Christmas tree we made last month, I think it was. Second layer. Yes. Works perfect. Well, almost. She will also probably get a few extra drips added, just in a few spots. So I see a few spots that I want to add just a few more to. Almost like a second layer of drip. And I probably could have centered it just a little bit better, but it's okay. Alright, let me pull him back over. Put that one back on top. Yeah, it's definitely going to get a little bit of extra something in there. Okay, set that to the side. Let's pull our cake stand back over. All right. I don't want those to get too stuck together just yet. I want to leave this to where you can take it, like it can be taken apart. Like, so I don't want to permanently attach each layer to each other. I keep finding little spots I need to stick down better. So I did talk with, well, I did message Catherine with Down a Flagstone Path the other day about a new project idea. I haven't heard back from her yet. But she normally does really good about helping me figure out how to do some certain things. So I'm hoping it's something we can do together because it would be really cool. Ta-da! Cake! Cake, cake, cake. Cake, cake, cake. So this is where we're at so far. I am going to go back and add some more dripping in. And so in her little hands here, she was supposed to hold a birthday banner that you could take in and out. But the banner itself is not wide enough. Or the wire, not the wire, the strings. So she was supposed to hold in her hands the birthday banner, like across the front. But it's not wide enough. So I could put it up top like that. But the thing is, I don't want this to be permanent so that you can use it for other things. So that's my reasoning in not putting them up here. But I am going to go back in. I'm going to add in, we're going to put her something in her hands. Maybe some balloons, maybe a little piece of cake. or something. We'll figure something out to put in her hands. And I think I'm going to go back in and add gumdrops. Make some gumdrops. And put on all the little drop downs here. In the same colors, of course. But I could do that. I could do that. So, we've got about 12 minutes. So, again, happy birthday, Sweetums. I hope you have an incredible day today. Let me kind of pick this up and move it to the side for a minute. Stay. I'm trying to see what it looks like on camera. I like it. Yeah, it definitely needs some more. We're definitely going to go back in and add some more things there. And some glitter. And maybe if I do it right and let it dry, I could put something along the bottom of each layer of cake. Little ice creams. I could do little ice creams on there. That would be cute. That would be really cute. Yeah, that's I got some extra twine in one of my little crates. I think that's what I'll try to do is just make the strings longer so that it'll actually stretch from side to side. Because the reason I wanted the hands like this is so that you could put things in there and then take them out. So what I may go back and do is put like a little dowel here that they just slide down on so you can change them out for different holidays and things. I'm looking for that blue from earlier. There it is. I just want to make a little roll to put in that crack. But yeah. So I guess that's really it for today. We don't really have time to start a whole nother section or do anything really different. And after me is Teresa Jones with Flowertown Crafts. That's my friend. Teresa lives in Canada. We love her. She's our Canadian friend. Her and Nikki B, as far as that go live. We have several Canadian friends now. Denise, Jill, Q, I think is also from Canada, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I feel like that. Maybe she's not, but I think she is. Somebody else is from Canada too. But yeah, so let's all have a good day. Be sure if you're not watched everyone from today to go back and watch them. We had Shelby this morning, followed by the Crafty Mama Bear, followed by Sam with Kome's Crafting Corner, then Cece with Dragonflies and Hearts, then you have me, then you have Jones with Flowertown Crafts, then you have Ginger with Glitzy Creations by Ginger, then you have Carly with Meshing in Florida, and I think that's everybody today. I don't think we have Nikki B tonight. Yep, Nikki with Beyond Bakes is in Canada. My Nikki B. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. But remember, as always, before I go, happy birthday again, Sweetums. And remember, tonight you have the Spanglish Amigas after everybody's lives. So be sure and check them out for tonight. And as always, be wonderful, make something wonderful, and remember, live happily ever crafter. Y'all have a great weekend. Keep your eye open for some posts coming from me this weekend. Alright? Bye, y'all. Happy birthday, Sweetums. Love ya.